Enough. He beat you fair. The next time you'll be more careful, huh? Pick yourselves up. Salute you.
Money is of no use to a dead man.
No, I believe the sheep was talking to me. Is this what you had in mind, sheep?
Why? Why were you killing?
I do not want to be a sheep.
What then? A wolf?
A gentle, humble man suddenly asks Caine to teach him how to kill. As a Shaolin monk, Caine refuses without hesitation. But when he learns that this is the final request needed to repay a debt of honor his own father owed many years ago, he has no choice but to reconsider. The story begins years earlier, when Caine is still a young boy at the Shaolin Temple. Before sending his student into the world, Master Po gives him a protective amulet and tells him about the man who sacrificed his life to save Caine's father. He makes Caine a promise. If he ever meets that man's son, he must repay his father's debt of honor. Years later, while traveling through Mexico, Caine happens to meet a man named Mateo. The moment they see the amulet hanging around Caine's neck, they both realize that their destinies have been connected for many years. Mateo doesn't want money. He doesn't want wealth. The only thing he asks is for Caine to teach him how to kill Sanjero, the ruthless tyrant who forces the entire village to pay him protection money. Mateo is a kind and peaceful man whose only wish is for his family to live in peace. But he can no longer stand watching the people around him live in constant fear. The tragedy grows even worse when Haibo, Mateo's brother-in-law, desperately tries to assassinate Sanjero. Before he can even fire a shot, he loses his footing, falls into a ravine, and is killed. Haibo's death finally convinces Mateo that someone has to stand up to the tyrant. At first, Caine refuses because he cannot teach another person how to take a life. But remembering Master Po's final words, he ultimately accepts. What Caine teaches, however, is not how to kill. Instead, he teaches Mateo how to fight with a calm mind, how to turn an opponent's strength against them, and how to remember that the spirit is always a warrior's greatest weapon. Two days later, Sanjero returns to collect his protection money. This time, Mateo steps into his path and challenges
I
him.
believe the sheep was talking to me. Is this what you had in mind, sheep?
Mateo is completely outmatched. But as the fight continues, Caine's teachings begin to take hold. Little by little, Mateo turns the battle around and defeats Sanjero in front of the entire village. Yet when he finally has the chance to finish his enemy, he lets him live. In that moment, Mateo realizes he doesn't have to kill someone to prove his courage or protect the people he loves. Seeing their leader defeated, Sanjero's men immediately flee. At last, the villagers are free. As for Caine, he finally repays the debt of honor that began so many years ago. Not through violence, but by helping a kind man discover the courage to stand against evil without sacrificing his own conscience.